Now live on YouTube, starting us up on Rumble.
Okay,
Alright.
starting on Rumble.
Let's get ready
And
to rumble!
here we
Ah.
go.
Hello, good morning, and welcome to This Date in History, aka TDH. This show is about what happened to date throughout the annals of recorded history. Join us as we delve into yesteryear, not only for important and interesting happenings, but to possibly even answer questions you don't realize that you have. Oh wow, this is an old script here. What the? Okay. Anyway, I am Eosander.
King's Refuge.
Yeah. And you, of course, are you. Wow, like I'm totally befuddled. Today is, what is today? Thursday, aka Thursday, August 29th, 2024. What do we got here? Starting us off in 708.
All right. Check. 708 copper coins are minted in Japan for the first time. Traditional Japanese date August 10th, 708.
Ooh.
So is it the 29th or is it the 10th that there is a
Oh, well, dang, I'm not sure what calendar Japan was using, but at the time, they obviously were using something else, so, according to Japanese dates, traditionally, it's that. So for everyone else out here, it's August 28th. What else do we got here?
1178 anti-pope is that like the mirror image of the pope,
There's a
like
lot of different popes. There's like, there's a normal pope, there's an anti-pope, there's a black pope, a white pope, a this pope, a that pope. So, I only put that in there really because, who he made pope.
uh, well, anti-pope Callistus III gives the title of pope to Alexander III.
Hey,
All right.
that'd be fun to be a pope.
1350 Battle of Winchelsea or Espagonos sur Mer. The English naval fleet under King Edward III defeats Castilian fleet of 40 ships.
Whoa,
Wow, can
that's
you
a lot.
imagine that?
That's a lot of ships there.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm. 1475. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, you know.
Okay. The peace treaty of Picquigny, King Louis XI bought English contacts. Now, what does that mean? The bought English contacts, like obviously not contact lenses or something. But let's see. The Treaty of Picquigny. Let's see here. It followed from an invasion of France by Edward IV of England in alliance. Okay, blah blah blah. Background. I don't want to donate. Go, pissed fuck. Go away. Close. I don't want to donate to you, Wiki. Go away. Let's see here. Following the Treaty of London in 1474, Charles the Bold, Duke of Burgundy, had agreed to aid England with an invasion of France by June 1470. Okay, so this is a whole thing here, but I'm not sure what it means. So if anybody can figure out what it means that he bought English contacts, let us know here. We got to move on up. 1526, Battle of Mohacs. In a decisive battle, the Hungarian Empire was conquered by the Ottoman Empire, led by Suleiman the Magnificent. And indeed, he is magnificent. Look at that turban, dude. That's an entire king-size bedsheet he's wearing on his head.
That's awesome.
I want that. That is an awesome hat. I'm a hat guy.
Yeah.
You prompted me to put mine on. Well, one of mine, so... let's see here. 1533, Atahualpa, last Sapka Inca emperor, was suspected to have been buried in northern Peru or in Ecuador. So, yeah, from Inca. So Aztec, Maya, Inca civilization, all that stuff. His body's out there somewhere. It has to be. Now, we have here a historical discrepancy in 1540. This year it says here, Holy Roman Emperor Charles V deprived the city of Ghent of its definitive rights and privileges, but from last year, We have Emperor Karl deprived the city of Ghent of its definitive rights and privileges. So, which one was it? Carol or Holy Roman Emperor Charles V? So, once again, here's another challenge for our viewers. Which one was it? Because obviously it's one of these. What do we got in 1655?
1655, Warsaw falls without resistance to a small force under the command of Charles X, Gustav of Sweden during the Deluge.
Ah, wow. All right, Rip Warsaw.
1664, Adrian Pike and Gary D. Ferry patent wooden fire spout in Amsterdam. What's a wooden fire spout?
I would assume a fire spout made of wood. But let's look this up here. Actually, I'll just look up the entire article and see if I can get an image. Oh, it's for boats. Okay. Because I see here, there's yeah, it's a wooden fire spout. So to send all the smoke or steam or whatever, the emissions from the engine. And we can tell that this is not a sailing vessel because one, it looks like a mast, but there's no sails and there's no crossbeam for a sail to be attached to. So this is an exhaust. Made of wood, though, you think that would not be good. It would catch fire at some point just because of the heat. What else do we got here? 1696.
1696, King Louis the 14th of France and Victor Amadeus II, Duke of Savoy, signed Peace of Turin, a turning point in the War of the League of Augsburg.
Oh, all right. Moving on up into the 1700s, we have 1708, raid and destruction of Haverhill, Massachusetts by French and Native American, specifically the Algonquin and Abenaki forces, killed or captured 40 of people. What? So between 40 and 40 people. So I guess 40 people. That's weird. Do you see what I'm saying? What the hell? That's weird. 1742, English writer Edmund Hoyle published his short treatise on the card game whist. Okay, card game whist. Is that even still around?
Huh.
Yeah, whist is a classic English trick-taking card game which was widely played in the 18th and 19th centuries. Although the rules are simple, there is scope for strategic play. So, all right. I remember reading about this last year, or last time whenever I did this this date. So that's pretty interesting. Let's see. A point is scored for each odd trick in excess of 6, won by a pair. Oh, I have no idea what this even means, so... But, yeah. You learn something new every day, 1756, Frederick II of Prussia led an Anglo-Prussian alliance into Saxony, beginning of the 7 Years' War. Here we go. What else do we got here? We are in 1758.
All right, 1758, New Jersey legislature formed first Native American reservation.
Ah.
Mm.
Yeah.
1776, Americans withdraw from Manhattan to Westchester.
Yeah, did we talk about the Battle of Manhattan yesterday or the day before? Somewhere in there.
I believe so.
Yeah.
1782, British man o' war HMS Royal George capsizes at Spithead off of Hampshire, England. More than 800 crew and visitors killed.
All right. Jeez. Yeah, that's a tragedy, but you're right there. We all know about New Hampshire, the state. Well, this occurred in Old Hampshire. There is a Jersey. We have New Jersey, we have New Orleans, we have New Hampshire, we have New England. There's an old version of all of those. And what's another interesting thing here is, do you know what HMS stands for?
No.
Do you know what USS stands for?
What?
You know what USS stands for?
Uh, no.
HMS is Her Majesty's ship. USS is United States ship. Those are the
Uh,
designations to ships owned by the government, be them, military, maritime trade, stuff like that. So that's why we have HMS Royal George. It was a British ship. We had the USS Arizona was one of ours. The USS Iowa. As I mentioned a couple days ago, the Loon and I have been there. So yeah, whenever you're around shipping,
cool.
look at the little marker. It tells you what country it's from. What else do we got here? 1786.
Shays Rebellion, an armed uprising in Springfield and Worcester, Massachusetts, by citizens in opposition to the government's increased efforts to collect taxes on both individuals and their businesses.
Where's that attitude today?
I know, right?
Dude, there's an uprising against double taxing, and now we get taxed. We get taxed while we're getting taxed. We get taxed taking money. We get taxed spending money. We get taxed. We get taxed. We get taxed. We get taxed.
Yep.
And pretty interesting though that we're talking about Worcester, because didn't we just 1776? Oh wait, no, that's Westchester, not Worcester. Okay. All right, never mind. Moving on up into 1793, slaves in the French colony of Saint Domingue, or Domingue, I don't know how to pronounce that, aka Haiti, were freed. So we were talking about Haiti being one of the nations that was founded by freed slaves and everything. Well, here's some native Haitians and all that stuff. Are you taking a selfie?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Okay.
My doggy's up here.
1825, Portugal recognized the independence of Brazil. All right. And then 1831, Michael Faraday demonstrated the first electric transformer. That's really big right there. Now, does the name Faraday ring any bells with you?
Yes. I don't know what for is ringing in my head though.
Faraday cage. That's what you get in when you're around a Tesla coil. You get into a Faraday cage, and then the
oh
goes
yeah,
around you.
yeah.
Yep. What do we got here in 1833?
1833, Britain's first Factory Act becomes law to regulate the labor of children and young persons in the mills and factories of the United Kingdom.
You cracked up before I did. The children yearn for the
Damn
mines.
5-year-olds, out here. Come on.
Well, hey, what's the #1 video game in the youth today? Minecraft. Put them, give them a pickaxe and a shovel. The children yearn for the mines. Oh, I thought you were trying to do a Minecraft Steve impersonation.
Oh, I got these fruit flies in my house, and they won't fucking. I've got them down till, but they multiply fast.
Oh yeah. 1838 here. Go ahead.
1838, Jacob and Wilhelm Grimm announced their intention to publish a German dictionary, eventually completed in 1961 after 123 years. Holy cow.
Wow. I know the German language is an interesting one, but I wonder why it took so long.
That is weird. It's like writing a Bible.
Yeah.
All right, 1842, Britain and China signed a treaty to Nanking, ending the Opium War. All right.
Wouldn't be the last time Nanking would be historically significant. That's where the massacre, the Japanese massacred the Chinese during World War II, Nanking. Although that is getting disputed. So, but I believe they did. So, 1844 here, the first white Indian lacrosse game in Montreal. The Indians won, and I'm wondering, is it Indian or Native American? It has to be Indian. Because I don't imagine Native Americans playing lacrosse really, like, as far as, like, in leagues and everything.
It'd probably be, yeah.
Well, I was 100% wrong. History of lacrosse. Lacrosse has its origins in a tribal game played by Eastern Woodlands Native Americans and by some Plains Indians tribes in what is now the United States of America and Canada. So I was 110% wrong. Wow. Native Americans. So let me fix this here. Native Americans win. NA1. All right. So that was interesting. I was not expecting that. 1854, self-governing windmill patented by U.S. inventor Daniel Halliday. Self-governing windmill. What the heck is a self-governing windmill? Let's look this up here really quick. Self-governing windmill.
No one controls it.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because the wind spins it and everything, and it grinds the grain at the pestle thing at the bottom. That makes sense. All right. What else do we got here in 1861?
1861 Battle of Hatteras Inlet Batteries. Union Army and Navy in a combined operation to capture Fort Hatteras off North Carolina, resulting in Union domination of strategically important North Carolina sounds.
Now, didn't we talk about this yesterday?
Yesterday.
Yeah, we spoke about this yesterday. Like, that was one of the ones that had, like, the little minor discrepancy going on or something. Oh. Anyway. Maybe it was a 2-day thing, or, like, I have no idea. I wasn't there.
It just confuses me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking, like, new age batteries, not old age batteries.
Oh, yeah, you're thinking about, like, power batteries, not, like, military.
Yeah, in my head's just like, batteries. I'm like, no, not those batteries, brain. 1862, Battle of Aspromonte. Italian royal forces defeat rebels in southern Italy, taking its leader, Giuseppe Garibaldi, prisoner.
Giuseppe Garibaldi. That name is in my head for a reason. I don't know why.
Giuseppe
Garibaldi. Oh, this guy. Okay.
Giuseppe.
In the bibbidi boo, the pizza, the pasta.
I like that name, Giuseppe.
Yeah, Giuseppe. Oh, that's
Giuseppe.
why. Giuseppe Maria Garibaldi was an Italian general, patriot, revolutionary, and republican. He contributed to Italian unification and the creation of the Kingdom of Italy. He is considered to be one of Italy's fathers of the fatherland, along with Camillo Benso, Count of Cavour, Victor Emmanuel II of Italy, and Giuseppe Mazzini, another Giuseppe. Garibaldi was also known as the hero of the two worlds because of his military enterprises in South America and Europe. So that's interesting. He unified Italy.
Yeah. He was a good guy.
So that's why his name was in my head. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What else do we got here in 1862?
Second Battle of Bull Run, fought in Manassas, Virginia, begins Confederate victory of the U.S. Civil War.
There's not much worse ways you could have said Manassas. Manasses?
Manassas. Manassas.
The second Battle of Bull Run was fought in Manassas.
1862, U.S. Bureau of Engraving and Printing begins operation. U.S. Department of Treasury forms division, now known as U.S. Bureau of Engraving and Printing, to print newly issued paper currency.
Yeah, now is the big dollar.
What happened to that?
Well, I believe that was the first time the banks tried to come in here, and shortly after, isn't that where Andrew Jackson killed the bank? Because, like, they tried it before.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you remember the video, like one of my go-to videos, American Dream? They explain that
Yeah, yeah.
they explained that the Red Shield got its clutches in here, and then we got them out, and then they came back, and they've been here since. Thank you, Woodrow Wilson, you piece of crap. Uh,
Fucking piece of shit. You and your wife.
yeah. 1864, British astronomer William Huggins discovered chemical composition of nebulae. Whoa. So you know what a nebula is, right?
Yes. Start. Right?
No. It's the
nebula.
gaseous clouds in
Yeah.
space. Those are nebulae.
Yeah.
They form stars though, so you will become
Yeah.
right eventually. But yeah, the chemical composition that's really interesting. Like the various gases.
Space.
Hydrogen.
Space glitter.
Yeah, essentially. The Horsehead Nebula, though, is awesome. Horsehead Nebula. That's beautiful. Because it looks like a horse head. Oh. Well, there it is. Anyway, 1871, Emperor Meiji ordered the abolition of the Han system and the establishment of prefectures as local centers of administration. The traditional Japanese date was, of course, July 14th, 1871. So, all right. 1882, Australia defeated England by 7 runs. Death of English cricket, with Australian fast bowler Fred Spofford posting 14-90, 7-46, and 7-44. I have no idea what the hell that means, but if anyone out there knows cricket, well, there you go. What do we got here, mate, in 1883?
1883, first Carnegie Library, financed by industrial Andrew Carnegie, opens in Dunfermline, Scotland, and the first of 2,509 libraries built around the world.
That is philanthropy. He makes a lot of money being a shady piece of crap, and then he goes and tries to do the right thing.
Here's a Band-Aid. Yeah, fucking Band-Aids.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm not looking to gift horse of like 2,509 libraries around the world in the mouth, but know where it's coming from. Like, take it with a grain of salt. Essentially, it's a nice thing, but the resources that went into
Yeah, what'd you have to do to get that money, huh?
Yeah. And here we go again. Some more Krakatoa news.
Seismic sea waves created by Krakatoa eruption create a rise in English Channel 32 hours after explosion.
Now,
oh wow, is that the explosion?
Yeah, well, like the Krakatoa is one of the largest explosions on Earth ever. Krakatoa map. I'm gonna try to find this on a world map here. So. Google Maps, Krakatoa. All right, so here's Krakatoa.
You want to come sit with me?
So, like, let me zoom out here, okay? Oop, hold on a second. I lost it. Oh, there it is. Okay, so you see Krakatoa right here, all the way over by Australia and everything. It caused the waters of the English Channel all the way over here to rise. Like, literally on the other side of the world. Like, it caused the water to rise all the way over here for, 36 hours or something?
Wow.
Yeah. Like, nature doesn't mess around.
Wow.
That is insane, man. Like, moving on up here to... Sorry, what?
Was it all around the world that it raised, or did it just like reverberate into that area?
I'm not entirely sure. I mean, like, I'm sure, like, it caused something, noticeable worldwide, but 1885, I don't think there were people out there measuring the height of the, of the sea level.
Well, I don't know if you. I would imagine there'd be more reports of water rising everywhere, right?
Maybe.
Or did it just reverberate into that spot? That's.
Well, let's see here. worldwide.
That's my fucking. And see, that's why my brain works. Just like, hey, yeah, like, no, stay on topic, Greg.
Well, let's see here. Climatic explosions, pressure wave. Um, the pressure wave generated by the colossal third explosion radiated out from Krakatoa at 1,086 kilometers an hour, or 675 miles per hour. The eruption is estimated to reach 180 decibels, loud enough to be heard 5,000 kilometers or 3,100 miles away. 3,100 miles away, they heard it. That's how big this was. It was so powerful that it ruptured the eardrums of sailors on the RMS Norham Castle of the Castle Line, which was hove off to Sumatra, and caused a spike of more than 8.5 kilopascals in the pressure gauge attached to a gasometer in the Batavia, correspondent to modern-day Jakarta gasworks 100 miles away, setting it off the scale. At Batavia, the air waves burst windows and cracked walls. The pressure wave was recorded on barographs worldwide. Several barographs recorded the wave 7 times over 5 days, 4 times with the wave traveling away from the volcano to its antipodal point, and 3 times traveling back to the volcano. Hence, the wave rounded the globe. Okay, that was weird. Hence, the wave rounded the globe. Where'd it go? Yeah, my monitors just died there for half a second. Oh yeah, rounded the globe 3.5 times. So the like you've seen shock waves and everything. So like the shock wave essentially went around the planets 3.5 times from this volcano. I can't make it more comprehensible. Like that, it is so massive, this event. Like it's almost impossible to really understand it. It's crazy. What do we got here in 1885?
Got the lead. Daimler receives German patent for motorcycle. Yeah.
All right.
More than that. 1889, first American International Professional Lawn Tennis Contest, Newport, Rhode Island.
All right. We missed one, the first heavyweight title fight in 1885, above the Gottlieb one that you said.
That 1885, boxing's first heavyweight title fight with 3 ounces gloves and 3 minutes round fights between American boxers John L. Sullivan and Dominic McCaffrey in Cincinnati, Ohio.
All right. And, for those who do not know who John L. Sullivan was, everybody knows this picture. Like, they've seen it. Like, if you've seen Parks and Recreation, this guy here. It's John L. Sullivan. No. Bare knuckle boxing guy. But yeah, no, like this is the first time they actually used gloves. So before that, it was just bare knuckles. Can you imagine getting hit like by a boxer with no padding, nothing, just yikes. 1895, the formation of the Northern Rugby Union at the George Hotel in Huddersfield, England. All right. 1 year later, 1896. Chop suey was invented in New York City by the chef of visiting Chinese ambassador. All right, so if anybody has gone to like Panda Express or what, I'm not sure if they have it in Panda Express, but the dish chop suey. This is when it first started. Yeah, right here. So like noodles with various vegetables and all that stuff. That looks really, really good. Ooh, especially this one here on the right with the broccoli and the carrots. And mushrooms. Oh, hell yeah. Dude, I want to get into that right there, right now.
Oh, I love mushrooms. Yeah.
Oh. Dude, have you ever gone to a Mongolian barbecue?
Yes.
Those are awesome.
Oh, great.
Dude, the loon found out a little system. What you gotta do is when you're at like the Mongolian barbecue or anything like that, you know how they have their meat, it's frozen and it's like kind of like in like a roll or something. When you take it, you gotta mush it in. You gotta like flatten it out, get as much into that bowl as possible. What else do we got here? 1898, the Goodyear Tire Company was founded. All right. Why don't you take us into the next century, good sir?
1900, gay title Brisi, the assassin of King Umberto I of Italy, is tried and sentenced to life in imprisonment. He will commit suicide in jail on May 22nd, 1901.
Huh. I wonder if his guards were asleep. If you get my joke.
He's not really dead.
Yeah.
No one killed him.
Yep.
We go on with our lives.
Hmm.
1903, the finance minister, Count Witt, is dismissed. And what is seen as victory for those in Russia who want their country to expand into Manchuria and Korea in defiance of the Japanese.
Yep. And all those Asian countries always at war with each other. I mean, Europe is nothing different. America is nothing different. Africa is nothing different. But it seems that they're still doing that today, while everyone else has moved on. So, but yeah. 1905, Pierre Saint-Marmont de Brazza left Brazzaville. All right. 1907 as well, the Quebec Bridge over St. Lawrence River collapsed during construction, killing 75 workers. Yikes. That is not good. 1908, New York gave a ticker tape parade to returning U.S. Olympians from London. All right. We spoke about a previous kin events about a week or so ago, when they came back from Athens or something. I'm not sure what year it was, though, or what games it was. 1909, the A.H. Latham of France set world airplane altitude record of 155 meters. So, what is 155 meters to feet? Let's see. Let's look that up here really quick. 155 meters to feet. Let's see here. Converts. All right. 5 meters. 508 feet. Wow. So, on this date in 1909, the record for going up in the air was 508 feet. Man, you can almost hit that with a trampoline these days. 1909, yeah, 1909 as well. World's first air race was held in Reims, France. Glenn Curtis of the USA won. USA, USA, USA.
USA, USA.
What do we got here in 1910?
1910, Japan changes Korea's name to Chosen and appoints a governor general to rule its new colony.
Yep, and thus the occupation of Korea from Japan, I believe, began. I'm not sure if they regained independence, because I do know that not too long later they were at least under occupation again, prior to the outbreak of World War II. But yeah, we spoke about a couple days ago where Japan got repelled, and that was the last time they invaded Korea for about 900 years.
Huh. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty interesting. Around a week, after that historical date, now they got him. So, what else do we got?
1911, is she considered the last named American to make contact with European American, emerges from the wilderness of northeastern California.
Ooh. Ishi. All right. Now, I wonder if that's a tribe or a person. It says here last Native American, but I could swear that the Ishi was a tribe. I'm going to look up this article here really quick. Just do a surface level scratch. Ishi.
1914, Arizonian became the first vessel to arrive in San Francisco via Panama Canal. Oh, wow.
My monitor keeps dying for some weird reason. I don't know what's going on.
Check that connection.
Yeah, I just did. So the Arizonian. So let's see if I can find that picture. Oh, right here. So look at that. Yeah, August 15th, 1914. Well, that's when it started. So between the 15th and the 29th, so it took them 14 days to get through the entire canal. And then it shows here the Arizona. Yeah. That's a battleship, but this is the Arizonian. Different boat. 1916, Congress created the U.S. Naval Reserve. Okay, we need that. 16 as well, General Paul von Hindenburg replaced von Falkenhayn as German Chief of Staff. Yeah. 16 as well, a transport ship Hsien Yu and cruiser Hai Young collide. 1,000 people died. Yikes. That's not good. And we also have the U.S. Congress accepted the Jones Act, which gained the Philippines their independence. All right. Well, mostly independent. I think they still, to a point, answer to us. Very much like Puerto Rico and all that jazz. But what do we got here in 1917?
1917.
Yeah.
We skipped over a lot.
Did we?
1882, 71.
No, 1882. We got.
Oh,
that.
never mind. Hold on.
Yeah. No, we got
Never
all that.
mind.
Yeah.
19. All right, hold on. In 1870, Canadian Parliament passes compulsory military act. Boo, 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 boo.
It continues on.
Which is opposed by many French Canadians from Quebec and farmers across the country.
Yeah, gee, I wonder why.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But look at the date. That's in the last years of World War I. So I mean, you can't really blame them. Like they need bodies. So.
Sure. 1918, World War One. Bapaume, France, retaken from the Germans, and the Second Battle of Bapaume by British, Australian, NZ, and Canadian corps in the Hundreds Days offense.
You know New Z? The NZ?
New Zealand?
Yep.
New Zealand.
Yep.
1920, Ethelda Liberty wins her third gold medal in Antwerp Olympics. Team with Irene Guess, Francis Scroth, and Margaret Woodbridge, an American 4x100 meter freestyle relay team. World record as at 5 minutes, 11 seconds, and 11.6 seconds.
Yep.
1924, exactly 1 century ago. Think about that, man. 100 years. Wow. Germany writes approved the Dawn's Plan, which sought to solve the World War I reparations problem.
All right. Yeah, Germany got shafted. Like.
Yeah, that's why they started.
Yeah. We basically laid the groundwork.
We really, yeah. They got dirty, and I mean, if you look it up, it's kind of justified when they just fought back. I mean, they obviously went overboard, but that's what happens when you keep kicking people when they're down. You keep kicking people when they're down, and all of a sudden you get a Hitler.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, look it up, people. There is a legitimate reason why World War II was started.
Yeah, and in that same vein of thinking, a legitimate reason why it's believed that World War II was just a continuation of World War I. It's the same war, just with an intermission.
It's World War I, World War I electric boogaloo.
Yeah. 1925, after a night on the town, Babe Ruth showed up late for batting practice. Miller Higgins suspended Ruth and slapped him with a $5,000 fine. Yeah, well, that just goes to show it doesn't matter who you are. You got to keep up.
Well, what's that in today's monies?
Let's see here, $5,000.
Like 50,000?
Much more, I would say. $5,000 in 1925. Let's see here.
50,000. That's what I'm going with.
Actually, you're not far off. $89,868 and 57 cents today. So wow, I thought it was going to be in hundreds of thousands. So you're closer than my estimate. Still a lot of money though. Like.
Oh yeah, that's way a lot of money.
Yeah. 1929, aviator Anne Morrow Lindbergh made her first solo flight. Ooh. 29 as well, German airship Graf Zeppelin ended a round-the-world flight. And I believe that's when they docked out here in L.A. Because they went around the world and they ended up in San Francisco. Then a couple days ago, I remember they were talking about heading from San Fran south down here to L.A. And why do they keep using the Hindenburg? I know they have other Zeppelin images. I've seen them.
Yeah.
What do we got here in 1930?
1930, the last 36 remaining inhabitants of St. Kilda are voluntarily evacuated to other parts of Scotland. Why?
Huh. Yeah, that's a good question. Why? So let me look that up here really quick.
Voluntarily, I guess.
Evacuation.
So says the writer of the history book.
Evacuation. They were evacuated to the mainland on their own request. The gradual loss of self-sufficiency had started in the mid-19th century when there was an increasing contact with the outside world. Oh, so it was like like one of the uncontacted tribes or something, and they were in their own little bubble, but they were native Scotlanders or something, and then they just brought them over to the mainland, and they disappeared into society. It sounds like. It says here the gradual loss of self-sufficiency started in the mid-19th century when there was an increasing contact with the outside world. From 1877, the SS Dunara Castle began regular summer cruises to St. Kilda and was soon joined by others such as the SS Hebrides. Whalers and fishing fleets also worked in St. Kilda waters and brought supplies to the islanders. So yeah, like they're like native islander inhabitants and all that stuff. It sounds like so. Interesting stuff. So then they just there was so little people on the island, they just shut down the island, it sounds here. It says in 1912, there were acute food shortages, and in 1913, an outbreak of influenza. The First World War brought a naval detachment to Hershey and regular deliveries of mail and food from naval supply vessels. When these services were withdrawn at the end of the war, feelings of isolation increased. There was more emigration of able-bodied young islanders and a breakdown of the island's economy, eventually leading to the evacuation of the remaining islanders. All right, so it wasn't an uncontacted tribe. It was like they were in their own little pockets, operating within society. So they weren't outside of it. But there was such a small number, and more people were leaving. They were having emigrants, which is like going out, as it said. So at some point, there just wasn't enough population to sustain,
a village or society.
Whatever. Yeah, so they just abandoned the island as a whole. Okay, so there we go. Wow, I did not expect that. The more you know. We got it off of main source here, 1931.
Mark Connolly's stage drama, The Green Pastures, Bible Stories Through the Eyes of Southern Black Child, closes at Mansfield Theater, New York City after 640 performances and a Pulitzer Prize. All right. 1934, International Anti-War Committee forms in Amsterdam.
Yeah, I'm all for that. Like, that's a little late though, 32. But
we're a little early.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. I don't think it really worked that well.
I don't think so, but attempts were made.
Yeah, at least they tried.
1932, United Cigar Stores shuts 800 shops.
Now that blows my mind. 1932, that anything had 800 stores. Period. Like anything was that big. Yeah, that's crazy.
Was there a ban on tobacco or running tobacco or?
No. And
tobacco shortage?
No, the Great Depression.
Ah,
1932. That was right at the beginning. Because that started
right.
in 29, right? The Great Depression?
Think so.
Yeah.
Right.
1937, MLB Philadelphia A's Bob Johnson was the second to get 6 RBIs in an inning. First inning, I believe. That's why it says
Hmm.
first here. So, 1939, Shane Weisman informed England that Palestinian Jews will fight in World War II. Look at that, Palestine Jews. Huh. 1941, German Einstein's commando in Russia killed 1,469 Jewish children. Yikes.
Ooh.
Not good. 43, Danish Navy scuttled its warships so as to not be taken by Germany. That's smart. You don't want the enemy to have your equipment.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We probably should have thought about that.
Afghanistan.
We'll just leave all our stuff there. It's fine.
Yeah.
Don't slowly move out or nothing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was the plan initially, but then somebody had to go ahead and be a jackass. So, yeah. What do we got here in 44?
Anti-German rebellion, Slovakia.
Ooh. There's one right before it, though. And that's actually our thumbnail for today's episode.
Oh, yeah. 1944, 15,000 American troops liberating Paris marched down Champs Elysees.
Ulysses,
Ulysses.
I
Ah,
think.
that was close.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Woo!
I don't speak
What?
French. But this is a very powerful image because just,
Ulysses.
just 5
Go
years
ahead.
prior, it was the Germans marching down Champs Elysees.
Mm.
So, Germans, U.S. champs. Let's see if I can find it. There's a picture out there. It had them both side by side, but we have here that are these are U.S. troops. Can't find it. This is France. Oh, here's German. Okay. So here's the Germans marching down Champs Elysees after they conquered France. And then, of course, there's this one here of the U.S. And as I showed a second ago here, we have here that's Charles de Gaulle right here, and with some French people finally taking back their capital. 45.
British liberate Hong Kong from Japan.
All right.
All right. Wonder how long that lasted.
Yeah.
1945, General MacArthur named Supreme Commander of Allied powers in Japan.
Yeah. We should have listened to him during the Korean War.
Yes.
Yep.
1947, B.R. Ambedkar is appointed chairman of drafting committee for the Indonesian Constitution.
Indonesian.
Oh, and I know I almost said construction as well. Indian Constitution.
Indonesian construction. Oh my goodness. Oh my Atlanta. But do you want to try to read this guy's full name?
Okay. Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar.
Hey, not bad. Let's give you a cheer. Good job. Hold on a second. Where's my cheer button?
Yeah, I'm getting better at
You
reading
are.
these funny words.
Yeah. 1949, good sir. This one's big.
USSR performs its first nuclear test at Semipalatinsk SSR.
Well, you were doing better. But yeah, it's really interesting though because they changed this since last night. They haven't changed any information really, but they added more meat to the bones. So apparently, it says here the Soviet Union secretly performed its first successful nuclear weapons test, which that's what we did. We did our test in secret too, so that makes sense. 1950, the International Olympic Committee voted to admit West Germany and Japan in 1952. And my monitor is doing that thing again. So I'm, if you don't mind, you take 52 while I mess with my plugins over here.
And 1952, New York premiere of history-based film, The Miracle of Our Lady Fatima. Alright, next, USSR explodes its first hydrogen bomb.
Now, I wonder if they did that intentionally, because we have here, we just went over this, 1949, they did their first nuclear weapons test, and then we have just 4 years later, they're already in hydrogen. They're going fast. And that reminds me, what we were watching earlier about like how the U.S. allowed Sputnik to happen in order to gaslight fear into our people to authorize an egregious amount of funds. Like,
I mean, there's even a thing out there where they tell us that they're doing it, that we're all collaborating with a bunch of nations, and it was known as the what year or the what generation or some other. They named it.
the boomers?
Anyways.
Or,
The process of all of us collaborating together was called something. I forget what the phrase was. But then after that, so everybody, all the nations are sharing. We all had the same data. Blah 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 blah. Everybody has their satellites, and according to some news sources and some other things, we had like 6 satellites at the same time Sputnik was going up, but we didn't launch them. So basically, everybody had the same thing on the tables, where at least all these big nations, and we just let Sputnik. Russia launched their satellite first in order to create panic, which it didn't create panic. People ended up like it comes satirized, and people started like naming. They started getting Sputnik haircuts, really wild, crazy haircuts. There's like Sputnik sandwiches and Sputnik. That's just think of it as the Sputnik. I mean, if we would still make fun of it, right, and kind of not take it seriously. It's just a weird name, I think, that nobody took seriously except for the elites that wanted us to be in fear. And it wasn't happening.
Yeah, I was trying to find examples here of the Sputnik hairstyle, and all I'm getting is 80s punk rock bands and stuff. And but like the examples in the video that you're talking about, like those were weird. Those, as you said when we were watching it, like especially like that one, with like straight up just off the dome, to have the antennas. It looks like something out of today.
Hold on, I'll find it.
Yeah.
You go. Yeah. I'll find it.
1954, San Francisco International Airport, SFO, opened. All right. 1957, Strom Thurmond, Senator, Democrat of South Carolina, ended his 24-hour, 18-minute filibuster against the Civil Rights Act, the longest ever so far in United States history. So I want to repeat this again. A Democrat set the longest filibuster ever. That's when you sit there and you talk and you talk and you talk. You don't even stop, and it's basically like what I'm doing right now. And you stay on topic and you don't go off of the rail. You just you want to focus on the topic and you want to talk about the topic, and you basically do what what's her face is Kamala Harris is doing, with her word salad, but just keep on going and don't give it any stop. And essentially, like I'm doing a filibuster right now. I'm not giving any breaks. Well, that's for 24 hours, 18 minutes against civil rights, against equality for blacks and other people who are non-white, perpetrated by a Democrat. How fitting. So, anyway, 1958, Cliff Richard and the Drifters released single "Move It," Richard's debut single, credited as first British rock and roll song. And I hope to God it's not the one that King Julian likes to sing, because I hate that song so much. It's so obnoxious. 1958 as well, guitarist George Harrison at the age of 15 joined the Quarrymen, who later became the Beatles. All right. How goes your search there, good Sir King?
I'm still searching here.
All right. And 1958 as well, the U.S. Air Force Academy's permanent site opened in Colorado Springs, Colorado. And I remember that well from a Red Alert 2 mission. You started off right next to, that huge chapel building thing. Hold on a second. Colorado, USAF, Colorado Springs. Yeah, this huge chapel building right here. It's part of the map. So, moving on up to 1960, Australian swimmer Dawn Fraser won blue ribbon 100-meter freestyle gold medal at the Rome Olympics, retaining title won in Melbourne 1956. He will win unprecedented third consecutive 100-meter gold in Tokyo 1964. Crikey, 100 million! Wow. What else do we got here in 1960?
I'm still busy here.
All right. Italy won cycling team pursuit, and Sente Gariadoni took the sprint gold medal at the Rome Olympics. Italy won all 4 track events and road team time trial to thoroughly dominate the sport. Wow. 1960 as well. Jordan Premier Hazza El Madaji deadly injured in a bomb attack. Like, did he die? Did he die later? Like, what does it mean, deadly injured? I know critically injured and deadly bomb blast, but this is 2017. I'm talking about 1960. Okay, what is this going to give me? Let's see here. As soon as it loads, Jordan. Okay, so he did die. Following the August 29th assassination of Jordan Premier Hazza Maji, troops were salvaging material from the bomb-shattered foreign ministry, Amman, August 31st. So, died. So he did die. He wasn't deadly injured. He died. Assassinated. That's a weird way to say assassinated. So, we also have in 1960, Swedish canoeist Gert Fredriksson and Sven Olof Sjöljus won the K2 1000 meter in 3 minutes 34.73 seconds at the Rome Olympics. This was Fredriksson's 6th gold medal in 4 Olympic Games. Wow. 1962, some provisions of Kuwaiti constitution were suspended. That's not good, I think. And my stupid monitor. Come on, will you stop being a stupid monitor? 1962, U.S. U-2 flight saw SAM launch pads in Cuba, surface-to-air missiles. SAM sites. That is a red flag right there. And that's around the time of the Cuban Missile Crisis, right? 1962? Yeah. 64, on Elston Howard night, New York Yankees Mickey Mantle tied Babe Ruth's career strikeout record of 1,330. Woo! I think anything to sneeze at. We got off a main source here. Oh, sorry.
No, sir.
1964 here. Stephen Sondheim's musical A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum, starring Zero Mostel and Jack Guilford, closed at Alvin Theater, New York City, after 965 performances and 6 Tony Awards. All right. 65. Astronauts Cooper and Conrad completed 120 Earth orbits in Gemini 5 after having spent and set a then record of 7 days, 22 hours, 55 minutes, and 14 seconds in space. You down to take 66 here?
Yeah, Dutch international minister Smallenbroek resigns after driving drunk.
Yeah.
Also, in 1966, Beatles' last public concert for a crowd of 25,000 and 7,000 unsold seats at Candlestick Park in San Francisco. Womp womp.
I gotta do Scott's favorite emoji here.
Womp 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 womp.
Yep.
Hey. Oh, we're more popular than Jesus.
Yeah, like I love the.
19,
Go ahead.
yeah, 1967 final TV episode of Fugitive, starring David Jansen, watched by 78 million people. Good God.
Wow. But yeah, I was going to say about your comment with the Beatles. As a joke, actually, I don't even think it's a joke. I think it's truth. As the story goes, John Lennon said the Beatles were bigger than Jesus. So in response, God gave John Lennon Yoko Ono.
Oh, Jesus.
Anyway, what else happened in '67?
Yanks longest days. Red Sox take first game 2-1 in 9. Yanks win second game in 20:43 of total of 8 hours, 19 minutes. Oh my goodness.
Woo! Wow, that's a long game.
That is insane.
Yeah.
1968 first match in the U.S. Open tennis era. On her way to the final, Billie Jean King beats fellow American Dr. Vija Volkings 6-1, 6-0.
Huh. All right.
Billie Jean is not my girl.
Not my girl.
1969, Joe Pepitino quits New York Yankees after being fined $500 for leaving the bench.
Huh. I mean, that's
Pepito.
a melodramatic response. It's like, oh yeah, you dare fine me for leaving the bench and I'm in the wrong? I quit. Like, okay, bye. Like, 19,
I mean, 1970s, they probably still ain't being paid that much.
yeah.
So it's not like quitting today when you're sitting on a bench and you're making at least $1 million a game or something. You know.
Well, nowadays there's a reason to be on the bench, you know, like.
1972, San Francisco Giants. Jim Barr retires first batters. He faces added to last 21. He retired 6 days earlier for a record 41 in a row.
We skipped the 1970.
Black Panthers confront cops in Philadelphia. One law enforcement officer murdered.
Yikes. Moving on up here to 1975, a star in Cygnus goes nova, becoming the fourth brightest star in the sky. Dang. I wonder what its distance was.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Star Cygnus.
Everything.
Well, a star in Cygnus, so I don't even know which star it was, and this is going to require some research. So if anybody wants to, here's another challenge to our viewers. Let us know in the comments section what star it was, what its distance was, any other information, luminosity, obviously very, very bright because it became the fourth in the sky. 1977, Iggy Pop released his second album, Lust for Life, a collaboration with David Bowie. Yeah. While that was going on, MLB St. Louis Cardinals' Lou Brock eclipsed Ty Cobb's 49-year-old career stolen bases record at 893 as Padres won 4-3. All right. 1978, USTA, I guess the United States Tennis Association, the National Tennis Center opened in Flushing, New York. What a name, Flushing, I wonder if they make toilets there. 1981, Phillies minor league Jeff Stone stole pro baseball record. 121st base en route to 122 in Spartanburg, the South Atlantic League. All right. 1932 as well, 38 degrees Fahrenheit was the lowest temperature ever recorded in Cleveland in August. Wow. That's almost freezing in August? I mean, it is Cleveland, but still, We also have Kansas City Royal George Brett got his 1,500th hit. All right. Steve Miller's single Abracadabra hit 91. Okay. And the synthetic chemical element Maintarium, atomic number 109, was first synthesized at the Gesellschaft für Schwerenforschung in Darmstadt, Germany. And that's going to be something I'm going to have King try to pronounce when he gets back. 1985, New York Yank Don Baylor. It was hit by a pitch for a record 190th time. Ouch! Man, this guy is just getting all the balls throwing at him, isn't he? Like, not even in West Hollywood. 1986, Moroccan King Hassan II signed a unity treaty with Libya. All right. 1987, my birth year, Houston Astro MLB player Nolan Ryan passed the 200 strikeout barrier for a record 11th time. Hell yeah, he did. 1988, Basie's Tapomania set a Guinness World Record for tap dancing. Yeah, that's their Taporama. They do it every year to do a whole new world record. It's an advertising campaign and all that jazz. 1988 as well, USSR launched Soyuz TM-6, including Valery Pyoknev, Vladimir Lyakhanov, and the first Afghan cosmonaut, Abdul Ahad Mohammed, to the station Mir. So, to the Russian space station. Yeah, the first Afghan. All right. In 1990, a C-5 transport plane crashed at Ramstein Air Force Base, Germany, killing 13 people. Didn't we talk about a crash at Ramstein just yesterday? I swear we did. 1990 as well, Saddam Hussein declared America can't beat Iraq. Yeah, well, he fucked around and he found out, didn't he? 1991, JFK Jr. won his first battle as an attorney. All right. And we also have Kazakh President Nursultan Nazarbayev signed a decree to close Semipalatinsk test site, the site of 456 Soviet nuclear tests between 1949 through 1989, after protests by Nevada Semipalatinsk anti-nuclear movement. All right. We also have the USSR suspended Communist Party activities. Woo! 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 That's a big one right there. USSR suspends Communist Party activities, but they're the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. Okay. I mean, like, we all know that Soviet Union inevitably collapsed. So, 1992, Braves Charlie Lambert's 1,000th strikeout. He decided to keep the ball by rolling it to the dugout, allowing Ricky Jordan to take second base on error. Huh. We also have Irish rock band U2 played the first of 2 sold-out nights at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York City. All right. And yeah, here we go, Bono. So, in his efforts to be number 1, he's always just a number 2. We also have largest wrestling crowd outside the U.S., 75,000 at Wembley Stadium, London. To ask the question that King here would ask, is it real wrestling or is it fake? So, well, this is going to be a whole list here, and I'm not sure if this is going to give us the information. So, yet another challenge to our viewers. Let us know in the comment section what type of wrestling was this. We also have 1992, Randy Myers blew his 6th save of the season and marked the 5th time he's blown a potential win for Greg Harris. Get that guy off the team. He sucks. 1994, British band Oasis released their debut album, Definitely Maybe, becoming the fastest selling album ever in the UK. Alright. Why is this guy looks like something, like, who does he look like? He looks like Andy Samberg dressed up like an old guy or something. I don't know. 1995, NATO launched Operation Deliberate Force against Bosnian Serb forces. Alright, Operation Deliberate Force. Let's take a look at that. Let's see here. This operation was carried out. It was a sustained air campaign conducted by NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, in concert with UN Pro-4 ground operations. What is UN Pro-4? The United Nations Protection Force, okay? To undermine the military capacity of the Army of the Republic of Srpska, which had threatened and attacked the United Nations designated safe areas in Bosnia and Herzegovina during the Bosnian War, with the Srebrenica genocide and Markale massacres. precipitating the intervention. The shelling of the Sarajevo marketplace on 28th of August 1995 by the VRS is considered to be the immediate instigating factor behind NATO's decision to launch the operation. Yeah, so, don't start shooting people. Welcome back. I see you have your wizard staff.
I do.
Dude, I just got an idea. Okay, this is what you need to do. You need to become a history teacher, okay? And whenever you have a quiz, you bring that staff to the class. You go, "You shall not pass!"
Yeah.
But hey, I have a word for you to read, if you want. But before that, I want to go back over a couple things. 1991, the USSR suspended Communist Party activities. What? That sounds wild. But I'm trying to find specifically. There was this. Oh, here we go. I just want you to read 1982,
1982, the synthetic chemical element Meitnerium, atomic number 109, is first synthesized by and Wow, that's a name.
I know, right?
Yeah, did you have a shorter name?
The place. What do we got here in 1996? I'm scrolling up to it. Is this it here? Yes, here it is.
1996, Vnukovo Airlines Flight 2801, Vnukovo Airlines Tupolev 154 crashes into the Arctic island Spitzenberg, killing all 141 aboard.
Yikes.
Spitzenbergen. 1997, at least 98 villagers are killed by the GIA in the race massacre, Algeria. What's the GIA?
I don't know, but that's weird. They got rid of this because this was here last night. I know that for a fact because I went over it, and they've since deleted that entire article from our main source. That's weird. GIA, Geological Institute of America? No, that can't be right. I really doubt geologists did the massacre. The Rice Massacre, okay. Let's see here.
They threw rocks at him.
Yeah. Well, hey, I mean, stoning has been a punishment since before recorded history. So, and now, people stone themselves, so. Yeah. I'm trying to find what the GIA is. Armed Islamic Group of Algeria? Yeah. Armed Islamic Group, AIG, GIA, Group of Islamic Armed, I guess. That's weird. What else do we got here? Just say the first word, because I have something to say after you say the first word. I don't want to interrupt.
Netflix?
Boo! Okay, go ahead.
I don't care.
Okay.
2001 Goodwill Games 5 opens in Brisbane, Australia. This is the final edition of the event.
Aw. Well, if that's anything to do with the Goodwill donation thing, then good, because they're a for-profit company. They don't donate any of their proceeds. So if anybody out there, please research. Whenever you donate, I personally donate to the Salvation Army. Do not donate to the Goodwill, because they make 100% profit off of that. Not a penny goes to people in need. They're the name Goodwill alone. They are not in action. So, 2003, Ayatollah Sayyid Muhammad Baqir al-Hakam, the Shia Muslim leader in Iraq, was assassinated in a terrorist bombing along with nearly 100 worshippers as they left a mosque in Najaf. Wow, I can't believe I pronounced that like that. That was wild.
Yeah. You gotta switch your dialect almost for like when you pronounce these words, or
Yeah.
it just roll off the tongue right.
Well, I mean, like, like Bahrain or Bahrain,
Yeah,
So, I want to try that again, though. Ayatollah Saeed Muhammad Bakir al-Hakam. Wow. I can't believe I
that's
can
pretty
say
good.
that.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
Pretty good.
I'm impressed by myself. What do we got in 2004?
The Athens Olympics Marathon is run on the same route as 1896 games. Start at the site of Battle of Marathon to the Panathenaic Stadium in Athens. Stefano Bal, Bald, Baldini of Italy wins men's gold in 2 hours, 10 minutes, 55 seconds.
Yes. He won the marathon in 2 minutes. What is he, the Flash? Like Barry Allen, right? Is that the Flash's name, or is that somebody else?
One of them.
Okay. What else? We got another Olympic thing here.
2004, 28th Olympic Games close at Olympic Stadium, Athens, Greece.
All right.
Thank you, Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
2004 German Ferrari driver Michael Schumacher clinches his fifth straight F1 World Drivers Championship with second place in the Belgian F1 Grand Prix at Circuit de Francorchamps.
Ooh, look at you bringing the accent in.
I'm telling you, you got it in order to pronounce it right.
Oui, oui.
2000, I try. 2004, the traditional senior men's golf reserve vineyards, and CG Craig Stedler wins his final major event by one stroke from Alan Doyle and Jerry Pate.
Wow, that's close.
Yeah, that was real close. Oh boy.
Yeah, do you want to take it?
Oh, 2005 Hurricane Katrina made second and third landfall as the Category 3 hurricane, devastating much of the U.S. Gulf Coast of Louisiana to Florida Panhandle, kills more than 1,836, causes over 150 billions with a B in damage.
Whenever you talk about billions, you got to bring the pinky out. $115 billion. So,
That's
a
wild.
lot, though. Yeah. 2007, a United States Air Force nuclear weapons incident took place at Minot Air Force Base and Barksdale Air Force Base. A broken arrow. That's not good. That's not words you want to hear. A nuclear weapons incident. What? Not good. 2009, Cristiano Ronaldo made his debut for Real Madrid, scoring a penalty in their 3-2 win over Deportivo La Coruña. I probably butchered the hell out of that, but at least I tried to get the accent right.
We're trying.
Yeah. 2012, a banana spider venom is found to be effective in relieving erectile dysfunction. Huh.
Spider-Man boner.
Yeah. That's, of course, my comment in there. But, yeah, no, so, get bitten by a banana spider and,
How'd they find that out?
I don't want to know.
Who discovered that?
that is a rabbit hole I am curious about. How did you find out getting bitten by this particular spider?
There's got to be a story.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna look this up here really quick just to see if there's a link I can post or something. Okay. Von Nurita nigriventer. That's weird. Is a species of medically significant spider in the family, yada yada. A bite can cause severe symptoms, including increased pulse, blood pressure, and respiratory rate, extraordinary pain, penile erection lasts for several hours, and in several documented cases, death. So it's.
Oh. Oh, so you gotta kind of pick your poison. You gotta kind of pick your poison.
What the? So wait. So is this like the leading ingredient in what's the little blue pill? Help me.
Yeah, Viagra.
Thank you. So the Viagra spider. If your erection lasts longer than 4 hours, please refer to a spider doctor. Oh my god, bro. Like, but what a weird, increased pulse, okay, blood pressure, okay, respiratory rate, okay, pain, okay, penile erection that lasts for several hours. Wait, what? Like, wait, we took a left turn, and what the hell, Bill? We're really quick with this one here.
I imagine it has something to do with your blood.
Yeah,
It's like thinning it out.
yeah. Anyway, what else do we got? We got 3 2012s just for you.
Georgian hostage crisis results in 3 police officers and 10 militants being killed.
Yeah.
And 20 Operation Eagle, undertaken by the Egyptian army, results in the deaths of 11 suspected terrorists and the arrest of another 23.
Ooh.
2012, the USADA claims to have stripped Lance Armstrong of his 7 Tour de France titles.
You remember why?
Yeah, he's doping.
Yeah.
So is fucking everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember, like, there's been several times where they actually had to disqualify so many people that they ended up running the entire event. Yeah, multiple times.
Yeah, everybody was doing it.
Yeah. And,
well,
I mean, like, I kind of want to come to the defense, of Lance. I mean, the guy only has 1 testicle. I mean, give him a break. So.
Yeah, give him a break. He had cancer. Hey,
Yeah.
He had cancer. Give him a break.
Yeah.
2000.
Go ahead.
Yeah, 2013, 41 people are killed and 33 are injured in a bus accident in Kenya.
Yikes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, no regulations, so.
Yeah, I can just imagine, like, they have, it's 40, 84, so there's 84 people.
Yeah, that were casualties.
Probably around there on that bus.
Well, it doesn't necessarily say that they're all on the bus, but there was a crash, so there's 80 some odd people directly involved as casualties.
Unless it was 2 buses crashing against each other, then maybe there's 40 on each or something like that. Which is still outrageous.
Yeah, 40 people on a bus, like. Let's see if I can find out. Here we go.
Were they riding it like they do the trains, where they just
oh my god
fill up the inside and the outside? Oh my god! Wow.
Wow.
What the hell happened?
I did.
It looks like they just buzzsawed, or something just dropped from the sky on top of it.
It was about halfway into the journey when it veered off the road and plunged into a valley, rolling over several times. The Red Cross said the accident occurred shortly after 2 a.m. So, wow. So they were all on the bus. It didn't just crash. It just rolled over. So, wow. I mean, but that looks like
80-something people.
Like
80-something people on that little bus.
Yeah, look at the size of that thing. Like, that's not a massive bus, Like. But that looks like a scene out of that one Japanese movie where the wind cut off the entire top half of a bus. Have you seen that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. And it killed everybody except for that one person who was picking up her pencil from the center aisle.
Yeah.
I gotta see that movie. 2014 here, riots broke out in Guinea following rumors that health workers are deliberately transmitting the Ebola virus to locals. Well, they that happened with the Kung Flu. Remember that one lady who went to France intentionally trying to spread it? Oh.
Yeah, well, they gotta sell the cure somehow. I mean, they made all that stuff, so you gotta sell it, right?
Yeah, they gotta design the problem and then sell us the solution.
It's like all those shots that they had just ready to go for us magically. They were
Yeah,
just ready to go. You know,
almost as if it
magically.
was waiting for 30 years in the past 30 years of public
Yeah,
health
it's,
scares.
it's
You know,
almost like
yeah,
it's almost like they released COVID for the cure and not the cure for the COVID.
yeah, yeah. I mean, let's not forget, swine flu, bird flu, mad cow disease, Zika. Like how many other public health scares every freaking year that we had for the past 30 some odd years? You know, so 2014 as well. Senegal was the fifth country hit by Ebola. We just spoke about Guinea, and now we're in Senegal. 2016, Italian Coast Guard said 6,500 migrants were rescued at sea in 40 separate incidents in one day off the coast of Sabratha, Libya. You know, like, as awful as this is to say, just let them struggle to get over here. And, the survivors, like what is life? Survival of the fittest. But, we're going out there, we're spending taxpayer resources to bring in people that have no wishes to better the very nation that they're coming into. So I say just like let them struggle, and those that get there, and then deal with them. But yeah, 2017, what do we got? Oh, three of them, perfect.
Monsoon rains in Mumbai causes chaos, closing schools and airports.
Ah, Mumbai.
Mumbai.
I just love that word, Mumbai. Like,
2017, Hurricane Harvey sets rainfall record 51.88 inches in Cedar Bayou
Bayou.
from the tropical bayou. From the tropical cyclone in continental U.S., according to U.S. National Weather Service.
All right.
Holy jeez, 51 inches. That's
Is
nuts.
yeah.
2017, U.S. President Donald Trump visits the flood affected in Texas.
Ah.
Texas affected by the flood.
Yep.
It's weird. Wording is weird on that one.
Now I wonder, is it a water flood or is it an extraterrestrial flood? Because one is a little bit worse than the other.
I know, right?
Start the rings.
2018, Germany hands back human remains of Nabian Hero and Nama people murdered during 1904 to 1908 genocide at church service in Berlin.
What the hell?
They are holy in her remains? That's kind of morbid.
Well, I mean, like, what else are you going to give? But there was a 1904 through 1908 genocide. Like, Nambia. Okay. Okay, that makes more sense. 2018 as well, John McCain was the third person to lie in state at the Arizona State Capitol Rotunda in Phoenix. Oh. So I presume he was born in Arizona then? Let's see. No. He was born in the Panama Canal Zone. So what the hell was he doing lying in state in Arizona? Unless he was like the Arizona senator. So, I don't know. We also have 2018, Russian President Vladimir Putin announced new retirement ages, 60 for women, 65 for men, in TV address amid protests. Well, at least they have retirement. Like, once again, Russians kicking our ass up and down the aisle. They have retirements. We don't. We're doing everything wrong. 2018, star quarterback Aaron Rodgers signed NFL record contract extension with the Green Bay Packers. Oh, how about the Packers? Alice's favorite team right there. 4 years worth $134 million, rising to a possible $180 million with a record $103 million in guarantees. Wow. That's a lot of money there. What do we got here in 2019?
Discovery of world's largest child sacrifice site, announced by archaeologists, with 227 victims from Chimu culture in Huanchaco, Peru.
Huh. I wonder if the leader I wonder if the leadership of that civilization had any relation to Hillary. Huh.
Mm,
Come on,
yeah,
that was a good joke.
she loves it. It's a bit morbid and probably over a lot of people's heads.
Yeah.
She does
Well,
love the children.
yeah, she really does in a way that you don't like. So, but yeah, like if it goes over anybody's head, hey, go use this as a springboard, go research, you know, like
Don't take our word for it.
yeah, never listen to us like it's gospel. Only use us as a way to expand your own horizons. So
Yeah. 2019 scientists announced there is no single gay genes, with genetics accounting for most 25% of the same-sex behavior. A study published in Science.
what an odd thing to say. Almost as if they're trying to cover something up. Oh no, there is no gay gene. There is none. No, it's naturally occurring. Oh, I mean it is, but yeah. 2020, Elon Musk unveiled a pig named Gertrude with a coin-sized computer in her brain, part of his Neuralink startup creating a brain-to-machine interface. That is terrifying. So,
Well, I mean,
yeah,
fast forward, it's in a human's brain now.
yeah, we
One,
already have human trials. So, yeah, well,
it's,
you want to tell us about the guy who basically has a built-in aimbot now?
that's great. I was gonna get into that. Like he put in a neural implant, and the guy likes to play shooter games, and so he's an aimbot. He's not using an aimbot. He is the aimbot.
Yeah,
Like, just imagine being able to use your brain to control that little dot, a little tiny dot, and everywhere. All you try to do is look. All you have to do is look and think.
hmm
Have pew, 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 pew. Look, pew, look, pew.
To put it into a scientific term, in the microseconds it takes for an action to happen, you observe the action, your brain to comprehend the action, formulate a response, send the command, and the muscles to work for the hand to hit the mouse button to trigger. It's imperceptible, but it is fast enough for him, because he skips all of that. As King just said, all he has to do is look and think, and boom, like it's imperceptible, but it makes all the difference in the world. And he's basically an unintentional cheater now.
Yeah.
He can now we have to make like an entire league of just Neuralink players to give him some competition. So what else do we got here? 2021.
Hurricane Ida makes landfall at Category 4 storm near Port Fourchon, Louisiana, on the anniversary of Hurricane Katrina.
Oh, that's a little wild.
Oh,
Almost
boy.
as if they're controlled. That makes you wonder.
2021 missile and drone attack on Al Anad air base is in South Yemen kills at least 30 soldiers, one of the deadliest attacks in recent years.
Yikes.
Huh.
2022. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, you go.
Okay.
Go.
We have the worst violence in Iraqi capital Baghdad in years, when 30 people were killed and 700 additional injuries after Shia leader Moquetta al-Sadr announced he is withdrawing from politics. Wow. A power vacuum there, man.
Oh, yeah. Get ready.
Yep. 2022 as well, as St. Louis Cardinals slugger Albert Pujols hit career home run 694 off a major league record 450th different pitcher in 13-4 win over Reds in Cincinnati. Wow, they make records for everything. Like that was a weird thing to read. And why don't you take the last three articles if you don't mind, good sir?
It says 2022 worst violence in Iraqi the capital Baghdad in years, killed 30 and 700 injured after Shia leader Muqtada al-Sadr announces he is withdrawing from politics.
That was my bad. That was a double, but I had somehow had that in there again. So
I was like, that sounds familiar. Didn't we just? Yeah, it's the same one. Okay.
That was my
20. It's not my brain going crazy.
No, not
It's
this time.
2023 Greek wildfire north of Alexandropoli declared EU's largest ever recorded, having burnt 310 square miles or 810 square kilometers and killed 20 people.
Yikes, man.
Only 20, huh? Wow.
Uh, that's
Wait. Got our last one here. 2023. A parasite worm alive and wriggling found in a woman's brain for the first time in Canberra, Australia.
of course Australia. So,
Let's go look at that title. We got
I remember this because I reported on this like within a week of it happening.
Let's see the article.
Yeah, on Talkness here. Let's see here. Oh my God, live worm. So this is from the Guardian here. Oh, go away ads. Yeah, and this is the worm.
Oh wow! Look how long that thing is.
Yeah, this is a scan of her brain. They saw a weird mass right here, so they just went in and they pulled out a worm.
How they get in there?
I think it was like, I don't know. It mentioned it once before. Oh, that's right. She had touched a snake, and then didn't wash her hands, and then ate, and then the parasite went from the snake. So wash your hands, people.
Yeah, wash your hands all the time, man. Be obsessive about it.
Let me read this here. This worm here is a roundworm usually found in pythons. The Canberra hospital patient marks the world's first case of the parasite being found in humans. The patient resides near a lake area inhabited by carpet pythons. Despite no direct snake contact, she often collected native grasses, including warrigal greens from around the lake to use in cooking. Oh, okay, so she didn't touch a snake, but she didn't really, she was gathering wild ingredients and she didn't really clean them off properly, and she ingested them, and then that's how she got a brain parasite.
Hey.
So,
Hey, so I'm curious on why it's not in her stomach
well, it really
or
depends on the parasite.
intestines. It went to her brain. How did?
It went into her blood, and then it traveled through her blood, ended up in her brain. Like, there's it really depends on the parasite. Like, you can eat like this parasite, it ends up in your gallbladder. You can eat that parasite, it ends up in your lung. You can eat this parasite, it ends up in your ear. It really depends on. There's a billion species out there, and they can all come in the same way, but they go to different places depending on what they are. Like,
that's wild.
Yeah, it's scary. Now we have
worm in your brain.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Wash your fucking hands, you filthy animals.
Yeah. And that shall conclude the show. Once again, please check the underbar in the description below for any links you may be interested in, including but not limited to history, sources, collected links, and all things Omni Coalition and more. For your dose of Passive Edge Daily, we stream every day or try to at 11 in the morning Pacific Time, which is 12 noon Mountain, 1 Central, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, respectively. And if you live outside of the continental United States, well, you can go Google what time zone it is for you. We do have other shows, from history to news, movie reactions, and reviews. Omni Kitchen is coming later today. We will be premiering our like meme video reaction shows called King's Entertainment later today at 5 p.m. Pacific Time. So it's going to be a little bit later than our normal 11 and 3 all for thee type thing. But yeah. So yeah, check the underbar, and for all of you and all of us, I'm Xander.
King's Refuge.
And you are you. Thank you so much for tuning in. And until you catch us next time, whenever that is, wherever that is, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles!
Deuces.